I don't want to show my face. Slog number 2. Speaking of number 2, I'm having horrible body things happening to me right now. And it's making it very difficult for me to edit my very first studio vlog that I'm working on right now, because I have to keep going back into my house to take a shit, and now I have to poop again, and I just haven't been able to get much done. It's like clockwork, like every 30 friggin' minutes. Ugh. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm back in my room right now. And I've just been laying down for hours, honestly. I only feel like good or okay when I'm laying down. And all that I think about before I like fall asleep, because I'm laying down in my comfortable, cozy bed with my comfortable, cozy friends, is how I want to draw, or how I want to edit this video, or how I can't wait to stream. I hope I'm good enough to stream. I remember when Bronx from the Make Art Not Content podcast was talking about how the main thing you have to avoid is getting sick, because that will halt so many things. But the fact that I've been still like working on my stuff and doing what I can on my art for so long, I feel like that's what's helped me to fuel getting better enough to do the bare minimum, you know? Found my iPod shuffle the other day. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm okay now. It's like I was never even sick in those previous clips, which is so funny. And stop trying to find a productive way to relax. There is no productive way to relax. But I'm also drawing now that I have the energy. But I understand it's because the painkillers kicked in and whatnot. But at the same time, I stopped pooping. So, and I'm eating a banana. I'm still sticking to the brat diet, which is a cool little acronym that I think I'll always remember now. It's bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. Those are the things that help your tummy feel a little bit better. Peppermint tea, that's what I had. I love my mom. She helped me a lot to feel better and to do the things that I needed to do to feel better. So now I'm gonna draw. Didn't spend that much time in stew though, which kind of makes me sad. And it started raining again, so I got a little nervous. I try to not be in my studio when it's raining, since it is a big box made out of steel. But anyhow, I'm not gonna be here long because it's starting to get too hot, and I'm still trying to not put too much on myself after recovering from whatever the fuck that diarrhea stuff was. I need to record when I'm doing stuff more. I kind of just record the artsy things that I'm like, ooh, I would love to remember this later, ooh, this is so nice. But I'm not showing the work that I'm doing, because I am doing work, and I'm gonna have to end up like in the first slog that I did, just putting the work as images on there. But why do that when I could just record everything from my camcorder? I'm gonna try to do better of just like recording the process, recording what I'm doing. I did pretty good at like trying to do some of my self-care stuff, like washing and doing my hair and folding up some of the clothes and organizing things and putting the books on my bookshelf and all of that. I've been doing pretty good at that, but I could do a little bit better. And I feel like me getting sick was one of those signs of like, yeah, take care of yourself though, buddy. Everything else is rainbows and sunshine, but you need to take care of you, bro. What's going on with you, bro? Everything is more or less good. It's just me. I need to get me in control and like good. So that's what we still working on. Wish me luck, and thank you for being on this little thing. I don't know, this little slog. This is my cozy corner. I am making peace with the fact that my slogs could be seen as the spiritual news, which I love that term, and I didn't know was a term until I saw it, or heard it rather, off of a podcast.
The way I see it, there's two types of news. There's the regular news like CNN, New York Times, and their whole job is to present the facts, to inform us. But there's another type of news that's equally as important. Let's call it the spiritual news. The news that artists bring to the people. While the regular news may divide us, the spiritual news reminds us that we're all in this together.
Either way, it was just really eye-opening. It felt the same way as when my friend told me that my videos were poetic documentaries, and I didn't even know that that was a type. And that was in the first few meetings of the film club that I was a part of, and he pointed that out, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. There's a name for what I do. But that's kind of how I feel now too about spiritual news, and this is what I do. Trying to connect people with the experiences and stuff like that that I'm doing. If I'm doing that, I also have to show you what I'm doing artistically in terms of how am I like doing with my work, with my art, with my responsibilities as a creative, with my responsibilities as an artist, right? So, okay, so I got this guy right here. This is for the week of the 21st through the 27th. I have 2 more boxes that I need to fill of my Patreon goal, but those are anything pertaining to Patreon. I think I'm gonna start making it that one of the Patreon things that I do is promoting it, because if I want that to be my main way of making income and my main way of doing stuff, then I need to do that. That's the only 2 things that I need to do, and then I'll have all 32 boxes filled, and then I will be on a crazy streak. I'll be starting my streaks off like really great. It'll be great. And that was my 100th week of me reaching all of my goals that week, talking about the different things that I could have done better. But I did get sick on this 100th week, but I'm glad that I got through it and still like pushed through. And now we're doing good with this week, this current week, and pushing through on that. So I'm really happy. That's about it. Today I'm going to try to do everything that I can to promote the stuff for my shirt design. It's my Living the Dream shirt. It is how I feel about the stuff that's going on in my life right now. I'm really excited to be doing it. It's a part of a t-shirt challenge by Raw Paw, and if we get 10 of them sold, then they will be screen printed into a t-shirt. So help me out by just getting a t-shirt if you like it. Anyhow, I'm gonna shut up now. That was just me trying to like give some sort of information on the things that I do. It is also Saturday. I like completely almost forgot, because it's still Saturday, so at least I didn't forget all the way. But that means that it's like a reset day. So I do stuff with my calendar, my weekly thing over here, where I just write basic stuff of what I should be doing, like the number 1 thing that needs to get done, so I have it in my memory. I also write stuff down for my monthly, weekly goals, and then what phase I'm in, because I have 3 phases that I'm trying to shoot for right now, and phase 1 is make my art profitable. On top of that, it's about to be August. It's the 27th, and next Saturday, we'll be rolling right on into into August, and that's like horrifying, but also exciting at the same time because I love Halloween. I have to reset or do stuff for what I need planned for August, write down when the full moons and new moons are happening. I'm pretty sure there's a new moon on the 4th, but I can't remember when the full moon is at, but it's somewhere around here. And then any sort of other things that are going on. After the 3rd, that's the last day for Art Fight. They extended it, which is crazy. I love that they did that. And so after that, I won't have to worry about like drawing anything other than what I need to do. And so hopefully that'll be a lot less on me. I tried to not make it a lot on me anyway. I just really wanted to reach a goal. I wanted to actually, you know, complete something, even if it was something that was just kind of a fun thing to do, you know what I mean? But anyhow, also, you guys like my pen? My boyfriend got it for me. I love it. It's a cutie patootie. And look, watch this. Ah! Ah! I'm sorry. Also, I have this other pen. Check it out. It's so friggin' cute. It's a straw, but it's not. Bam. It's a pen. Oh, and it's a really good pen too. But anyway, I love me some good pens, bro. But then after I get this month set out and laid out for me to look back at, I have to start planning for this coming week. So what's Sunday, what I'm doing Monday, all that stuff on into Saturday. And then that's when I use that Saturday to prepare for the coming weekend. Or the coming week, rather. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And along with just like kind of putting the footnotes on this one. And then putting my weekly stuff not only on that bigger whiteboard, but also in my phone. So then when I'm not around my whiteboard or in my studio, I'll still have an idea of what it is that I'm supposed to do. That's what I try to do every Saturday. And it's been very helpful so far, especially with like just getting stuff prepared for Sunday so I'm not doing a lot of craziness. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and just get on into it. I am going to be jamming out. Thank you for being here. If you're hearing me say this and everything, I very much appreciate your company, and I'm glad that I can keep you company, and hopefully maybe this will inspire you to do something with your stuff and figure out how you should plan your weeks. You don't need to get a big planner and stuff like that like I do. You have a planner on your phone. I would say get a calendar, because calendars are very helpful, genuinely, so that you just know what day of the week it is, especially if you just like don't do shit, or you don't really, the days like start lining up back to back to back. A calendar can be very helpful and look really cute. I need to make calendars. But anyway, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and listen to my music. But I hope everybody's doing okay and safe in whatever spot of the world that they're in with all of the weather and whatnot going on. So the thing that I wanted to talk about, I'm still on the discovery of why I create the things that I create. What is it about me that's causing these things to like be existing in my brain, basically. We should just go back to how I was before I even had a firm understanding of who I was, because I feel like it's only recently that I've felt pretty strong in who I am. Before I knew who exactly I was, which I think the last time that was the case was back when I was in middle school. I was very confident and knew what I was going to do. I, at one point, said I was going to be a wedding planner. I then switched that to being a graphic designer. I then switched that to being an animator. And now we're where I'm at right now. But still want to plan weddings. I think that would be pretty cute. When I got into high school, it was really hard for me to continue being myself. I still tried. I obviously like wore cattails and hats, and my outfits were very much like all over the place, and I did whatever. I think I had a pretty good fashion sense. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't just like putting shit on, but I put that shit on. But I felt like I had to fight a lot harder to be myself because of the area that I was in. And like, no shade or no offense to the people that I went to school with, that school was a drastic difference from where I was at, or when I was in middle school. The school that I was a part of there, it was an international baccalaureate and diversity out the ass, and everybody knew each other and we were all friends, and there were a bunch of like extracurricular activities, and they cared about sports about the same much amount as they cared about the creativity side of things and other science stuff and everything. It was great. And then I come to the high school where I remember I was in the middle of a study hall, and me and this other girl were asking these 5 guys. We had asked them what would they do if their son was gay, if they had a kid and he turned out to be gay. All 5 of them in unison said, well, I'd have to kill him. I'd have to kill him? So obviously, just to give you the drastic difference of the environment that I was in and how I really had to fight harder to be myself and be my authentic self. And thankfully, I was still able to find friends and communities and groups and people online and offline that resonated with what I was saying and what I was doing. I still could feel connected, and I still more or less had fun during my high school time. During that time, in, I want to say, sophomore year, I tried to end my life. I tried to go away from here. It was honestly hilarious how it turned out. I live in the middle of the woods and I'm right by a railroad track. I went and walked to the railroad track. It's not like a far away walk, but it wasn't a short walk either. But I had just like very much confirmed and made up my mind in my head as I was making this walk that this was what I was going to do. I went and I sat at the railroad tracks. I laid down on them and I laid there for what felt like 30 minutes, an hour, and nothing happened. No train came. And so I got fed up and frustrated. I had a pocket knife, but I was thinking, okay, if the train won't do it, I'll do it. But I couldn't do it. So then I like started walking. I went a good enough distance away from the train tracks to where I couldn't go back, and I hear the train and it comes full speed down the tracks. And I was like, okay, life, what are you doing? What? And I was so mad. And so I just walked back in shame of not being able to off myself, not being able to do the thing that I was so determined to do on my way over there. And then one of my family members, who's also my neighbor, is looking for me, because my whole family is looking for me at this point. And they're trying to figure out what was going on. And it was just really, it added more insult to injury that he said my name wrong, like very wrong. But he said like, Adriana. That's not my name. But he was like, what are you doing out here, Adriana? Everybody's looking for you, Adriana. And I was just kind of like, oh my God, kill me. In my head internally, I was screaming, and then I came back home, and that was like my first time. I don't think I tried or thought of anything to that extent until then, and it was in high school. Nothing even was inherently wrong with my life. I just didn't want to be here anymore. I figured that it wasn't worth it. I wanted to just factory reset or some shit. Then a few years later, it was when I had an apartment, very much worse position that I was in then compared to my first attempt. And this attempt, I didn't consider it an attempt at that time. I just thought it was me being like, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to go to sleep. And so I took, it was like this pill bottle. I knew that if I took 2 pills, they would let me go to sleep at in 15-20 minutes. I was trying to knock out in 5 minutes, so I took like 4 or 5. And I hid behind the couch and I went to sleep. And I woke up like the next day, like in the middle of the day, only to throw up and be ill. And I talked to my mom and I told her what was going on, and she told me to go call the poison control whatever thing, and I talked to them and I let them know what I had taken. And I remember vividly that the lady asked me, I really have to ask, are you trying to harm yourself? Was this a suicide attempt? And I was like, no, I'm not trying to do that at all. And I think I told her I just really wanted to go to sleep for a long time. I just really wanted to go to sleep. And she was just like, okay. And then probably like a year after that, I told the wrong people that I didn't want to be here anymore. Then like I talked to the suicide prevention hotline. I remember the lady asking me like, on a scale of 0 to 2, how likely is it for you to like kill yourself? I said it would probably be a 2, but I have to go to work tomorrow, so make it a 1. And she was just like, okay, we're gonna go find some people to come to your house and talk to you. And they talked to me. They had verified and confirmed that I was a threat to myself. They 1013'd me, and then I got sent to the hospital. But I went to a mental health facility for like a week. It was my first time there. I don't want to go back to one, but it was a good factory reset at the time for the situations and experiences that I was having right then. I'm telling you guys this because I just have to think about where my life is currently. Like right now, where I'm an artist and I have a loving support system and family and friends, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like an asshole or anything, but I'm beautiful. And I'm happy, and I have so many tattoos. I didn't have that many tattoos, the attempts that I was trying to off myself. And I just think about, geez, if I had successfully did it when I was a sophomore, I would have missed out on so much. And I probably would have been really butthurt. I would have been kicking myself. I would have been upset that I did that. I started to think about all of those times where I just didn't want to be alive anymore. And I'm just really thankful that it never panned out. I'm thankful now that it never panned out. During those times, I was very upset. I thought that the world was just like one big joke. Life was just one big joke. I thought somebody was fucking with me. I don't know how your life is going to pan out. It could very well get worse than the position that you're in right now. I don't want to lie to you and say it's going to get better, but I do want to say that it's more likely that it will get better than it will get worse, especially if you take the steps needed to make it better. And I'm just really thankful that I'm here now. I'm thankful that I didn't succeed in any of those attempts, and that I'm succeeding in the things that I actually wanted to do, which is be an animator and draw and create and be creative in general. And all these other things, like there's a lot of stuff. My friends, my family, there are so many people that I feel connected to that I simply would have never met if I attempted and succeeded any of those 3 times that I did. I haven't attempted since. I haven't felt the desire to since. I've just been very complete and whole. Even when my life was going like haywire or doing some fuck shit, I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel it. I just kind of felt frustrated. And then what can I do to make myself feel better? That would be my next step. I don't want to be on here long. I knew that this was going to be a longer one. I feel like this is something that you guys should be aware of. That like, yeah, at one point I didn't want to fucking be here. Now I went from I don't want to fucking be here to I want to encourage people to love and cherish their life. I want to encourage people to love and cherish their friends and family and enjoy life and experience it and go out to have those moments and experiences and things like that that will make you feel like, hey, I don't want to die. Hey, I do want to stay here for as long as I can. We are not here long. We are not here long. Why take yourself out of the game? Why take yourself out of the game? But that's my reasoning for telling you guys this. It might be TMI. It might be too heavy. I understand. You don't have to like listen or retain this information if you don't want to, but I do really, 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 really appreciate it if you do. And if you're struggling right now, let's make it something different. Let's make it something that's less of a struggle. And I know that that's usually easier said than done, especially when you're going through it. But it's not impossible. I really thought it was impossible, and it's not that. It's not the case. It's not the case. And I'm only 24, but I understand sometimes it's just super fucking hard out there. But I want to try to show people that you can make it better. For the most part, I enjoy the experiences and interactions that I have with the people that I like and the people that enjoy my company and stuff. And I like doing the things that I do with myself. I love drawing. I love thinking and watching things and experiencing that stuff and seeing the progress and development as I go. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and thank you again for listening.
So I recorded a video that had the outro for this slog, but I didn't like it, and I'll just put it in the next one. But I went outside to look at some really cool mushrooms. I just noticed them out from my window while I was in my studio this morning. I'm looking at them and I wanted to show them to you guys. It reminds me of when I was a little kid, but I would come out here and like talk like I was on those nature shows or something. But I want to thank you guys for being here and for listening to me if you made it to the end of this. I very much appreciate your company and your time and your attention. That's very valuable nowadays, so give it to good things. I don't know, I feel like these are my favorite ones. It just looks so pretty. This guy, too. And, you know, I'm expressing these parts of me. I don't think I'll ever get, like, this personal again. It's not really my speed, but times are tough right now. Things are going on that make it, like, really shitty, or just make life really shitty, and I understand. But there's cool mushrooms out here, man. Look at that one. Almost looks like a pie or something. Like, what? I was happy a cool one grew underneath my studio, I'm not gonna lie. I'm thankful that I continued to keep living, because now I'm living in a life that I actually like. And it's kind of crazy, because I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought so much that it wasn't gonna happen. I was just gonna be suffering all the time. I look back at like my old diary entries on my phone and shit, bro. First of all, depression central. Or second of all, I was really going through it and trying my best. I'm glad I pushed through. That's my spiritual news for this slog. And I gotta get some more work done. Here, I saved the best for last. These were the last ones I saw. I've never even seen a mushroom look like that. If it wasn't next to all of these other really cool mushrooms, I would be second guessing if this was a mushroom. But it's right there. And then it's right next to this one. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.